Hey guys, how's it going? Owners here, and welcome to another iRacing video. It's been quite some time since we last, did an iRacing race, but I thought, well, let's record some iRacing. So I am actually right now in a different car. I am in the Spec Racer Ford, which is an open wheeler, so not like a closed cockpit. It's a little bit different from the MX-5, but I found it actually more fun. So we will just keep on with driving the Spec Racer Ford. The track is Road Atlanta. It's a difficult track actually to master, and it's got quite some views, quite some hills. I mean, and quite some cambered corners. So corners who are leaning to the left with a camber. So you can change the setup in here, but I'm not going to change anything because, well, I haven't really looked at this. I'm just going straight down on track. This is time trial, which means we have to do 4 clean laps in order to to finish the session. And once we get those 4 clean laps in, our safety rating will be improved. So it is for safety rating. And once you get off track or lose control over the car, your laps will be resetted, so you have to start all over again. So this is the car then, Spec Racer Ford, as I said. Not a closed cockpit. It isn't that quick, but it is just a lot of fun. So let's just go out. Also, just wanted to say that this is a live commentary. And here we go then out on track. So the hot lap, I think it doesn't count as a complete lap. So we will just do a slow out lap and then get used to the track, because I didn't really do any practice before this. So I have to get a little bit used to it and then build up the speed after a couple of laps. So this corner has a little bit of camber, and you can run it wide very much, so you can run it just like that. You can exceed the track limits there without getting an off track. It's a pretty quick track, especially the first sector is pretty quick, and then out of this corner you want to have a good exit, because after this comes a very long straight. So there are no other cars in this session, it's just us, and we have to do, as I said before, 4 clean laps. And once you make a mistake, so let's say you are in the 3rd lap and you make a mistake, you go off track, you have to start all over again. So it's easy to make a mistake, so you have to stay focused. Difference between this car and the MX-5 is not a lot really. It has a steering wheel and it has 4 wheels, so not really a big difference. Here we go. This is going to be the 1st lap. And then this first corner is in 4th gear. Actually, the gearbox didn't want to shift down to 4th, maybe it was my own mistake. But still, we managed to get through that corner cleanly. And then brake for this one, it has a blind apex, so you cannot really see when you have to turn in. Staying in 4th. And then this is full throttle downhill. And it's important to get a good line through here. I went a little bit too wide. You want to get close to the apex, and then this corner is pretty quick. As I said, you can run it right out wide. And I'm still staying in 4th gear, that's what I always do. And then there's a line on the track, which I use as braking point, it's right here. It's shifting down to 3rd. This is a pretty quick corner as well, shifting back down to 2nd. Getting early on the throttle for this long straight. So this car feels very planted to the track. It's quite stable, steady, but it is quite difficult in the first sector, because there are some bumps in that sector, and yeah, it just unsettles the car. So next braking point is at the right, the 100 meter board, and then shifting down to 3rd gear. Actually missed the apex completely there. And try to have a good exit, and these 2 corners are just lovely. This first one goes downhill, and then you want to position yourself for the final corner, still full throttle, and just touching the curb there, and that's a lap. 1:43. I can go much quicker than that. But yeah, that was my first lap. So trying to guess when I have to brake for this corner, and you can take you can take a lot of the curb. The suspension is quite, what's it called, quite strong. Taking a lot of speed through here. So it's pretty difficult to get a good lap in on this track. So I have a little bit of oversteer on the entry there. Oh, I know a difference between this and the MX-5, which is the car I'm used to drive, if you have followed my other iRacing videos. The MX-5 is pretty difficult to correct the car, so once you slide, it's really hard to correct it, and you often end up just losing it. With this car, it's much more easier to correct it and still face it the right way. So braking hard then for this corner, much better than last time. And getting early on the throttle as well, using all of the track. And then here we have the two lovely final corners, absolutely full throttle. And there we are, 1:41.9, that's better. It's quite a good pace so far. So that was the second lap out of second lap out of 4. Again taking a lot of curb, and then hopefully we can do this right. Still, you want to be closer to the apex there, closer than I was. Going pretty good so far. Again, oversteer on the entry there. That was not too bad. And then we have this heavy braking zone again, going downhill, and then brake hard. You want to clip the apex as much as you can without going off the track. And I did it pretty sweet there, so it should be another good lap. It indeed is, I believe. 1:41.4. Pretty decent. Great first corner. Could have taken a little bit more speed into it, but still. So go a little bit too wide there, costing me definitely some tenths. That's a little bit better. Actually turned in a little bit too early, but still. Taking too much speed into here, which will compromise my exit, unfortunately. So it's important to use all of the track. You can go completely over the curbs, so use them as much as you can without leaving the track. Now full throttle on the exit here. Actually had to back out of the throttle there because I think I went too early on the throttle. Had to back out of it, otherwise I would have gone off track there, which I don't want right now. There we are, 141.7, and that were my first 4 laps, so we could stop now, but I'm still going to carry on and try to improve the time. So I went way too wide into there. A little bit of oversteer as well. So look at the bottom right. You can see their best 4, 142.1. So I think that's the average I did. So we have to try to beat that average time. But obviously don't want to make any mistakes as I go a little bit wide here probably. Not too bad. It's a lovely car. So I just wanted to use this time trial as a little bit of practice. I think I have a good pace. And then next time we will have a race. So the best lap time so far is a 141.4. Wasn't a perfect lap, so I still could improve definitely. Let's go a little bit on the grass there. And it's going to cost me a lot of time. Unfortunately, my own mistake. Should pay a little bit more attention. And that's not going to be good for my average lap time. 142.8. It's quite bad. Braking late. Missing the apex. But still carried a lot of speed through that corner. That was absolutely perfect. Taking a lot of speed into here as well. Going wide. Yeah, I went off track there. So now my lap time will be resetted. Or the laps I did, which were I think 2 in this stint. So we have to start all over again. So I will do just one more stint then of 4 laps, and then we will stop. Well, actually, we have now another best 4, lap 2 until lap 5, average of 141.9 right now, because of that last lap I did. But as I said, everything will be resetted now because I left the track. Had to back off the throttle there, going way too wide. So here we go then. Final 4 laps, unless I make another mistake, because then I will just stop. So here we go. Great first corner. Great second corner as well. Had a little bit of oversteer on the entry, but I like that. I like the back end sliding a little bit while I'm turning in, that's okay. A little bit too wide on the apex there, costing me a little bit of time. Again, just trying to use all of the track, pushing a little bit now. Missed my apex there a little bit. And turned in too early there, yeah, then not off track. We will still carry on this lap because I think it's pretty quick, so I just want to see the lap time even though I went off the track. Then I will end the video, because I'm now just going to make mistakes which will be bad for my safety rating. But still an average of 141.9, so 142, not bad. Could be worse in my first time trial in this car. nailed the apex there. Beautiful corner. So just want to see the lap time, even though it doesn't count. Probably a low 141. Yeah, indeed. 141.2. So we will just stop the car. There we are. Alright, so there we are. We started off with a 143.4, and then we did a 141.9, 141.4, 141.7, 142.8, and a 142.0. So that brings an average of 141.9. Not too bad. Really happy with that. But as I said, it's a little bit of a practice before I'm going into a race. So next time I will record a race, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video as well. I think it was a little bit short. Should be around 15 minutes, I presume. Not sure. But still, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, I would appreciate a like, and next time we will just have a race then in this class, in this series. That's it pretty much. So thank you for watching. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.